Okay, we're sitting in the studio right now, and I think, yes, and it would be derelict in my duty if I don't ask you a question. So the Melbourne job, there's all sorts of talk about the speculation.
Yep.
John Longmire on the weekend, Gerard Whateley announced that John Longmire is not interested. I'm going to ask you the same question. Do you want to coach the Melbourne Football Club?
Well, I don't want to coach next year. No, I think I'll give it a spell. So I'm just thinking through it over the weekend. I know Horse has done the same thing, and it just doesn't feel like it's the right time to be available because they haven't called me. So
They haven't called you.
No, and and sometimes you wait for these things because you might think, oh, I'm not interested, but then you get the phone call and you go, oh, hang on, now I'm wanted, and then you sort of go, you pivot in a different way. But I've had a good think about it and just not in the right headspace with it. I'm enjoying all this. It's the same things at Horse, really. I mean, he's a bit different. It's only been 8 months for him. It's been a bit longer for me, and the passion to go through all the process, because once you get approached, it's turbo, and you need to really be prepared. And I'm not really prepared and not in the right headspace. So I'll continue to do this if this is part of my brief next year, because all these things aren't done either. But I feel like that's the path I'm taking at the moment.
When did you come to this decision that you wouldn't think about it? And so just so I need to clarify back over this, because I've read reports completely to the opposite.
Yeah.
You haven't spoken to Melbourne.
No. You talk to Melbourne. I was sharing a plane with Graham Wright a few weeks ago, and I was waiting for that to get out because we just happened to be on the same plane. So you talk to a lot of clubs, but I've not spoken to Melbourne about coaching at all. No. So that's whatever who's reported that's not. They might. I don't even know if they got their preference right just yet. So from what I've heard, they're going through their selection panel to organise the process. So that's why I was sort of a bit reluctant to talk about it, because I hadn't really thought deeply about it, and I still haven't got to that deep level. But I'm gonna park it, get in front of it a little bit. If it did come my way, it'd be a no. So I'll. It's just it's weird going through the media to do it all. Normally it's done behind closed doors, but it is what it is, and we move on.
So ruled out coaching, put your hand up to coach Melbourne. I get that. Have you ruled out right now, if I was to ask you, do you still have a burning desire to coach anywhere, anytime?
It's not in there right now, the burning desire, but like I said, and everyone's gone through this in life. It's just, this is a bit more public. If someone wants you to, especially coach, it makes you think, doesn't it? So I'm not in the mood to be doing that right now. So see what happens in 12 months, 18 months, 2 years, but it could be never. So it's just let's see how life goes. I'm enjoying, what I'm doing at the moment.
All righty, there it is. So there is some clarity we've just got from you, and I didn't know that was going to be the answer you're going to present to us. So there it is. So you're not interested in the Melbourne job, you're not putting your hand up, you haven't spoken to Melbourne, and you have not got a burning desire right now to go
not at the moment, mate. No one's thinking more about other things. So, the process, now I can talk about how they're going to do it. That's going to be interesting, how they get their process, and have they discussed it yet? Have they gone through the hit list? Are they going young? Are they going old? Is it just go for the one person? Don't even worry about it. Just go after, if it's a Buckley, just go get him, and, versus getting a panel together and getting 5 candidates and they all present and it's a process, so they sort of can protect themselves a little bit if it doesn't work down the track. So that'll be interesting to see what happens in the next few weeks. They've got time though now, Melbourne, haven't they? Because they're not competing with anyone.
About 8, longer than that, I reckon 12, a dozen weeks ago, you had some, where did Melbourne sit in the scheme of things of the now and the future, and you were fairly strong on that. Do you stand by that, where they're at?
I wasn't strong on it. I think it was more that it can go two ways, this list, because on the weekend they played one of their better games, although they've had 2 pretty good wins before the weekend. But is it going to bounce or is it going to fall? And that's the crossroads of which they're at, and it's keep the band together and have a good swing next year with a new coach. And I think there's always a spike more often in the second year than the first year. So most coaches that come in, the second year seems to be the biggest bounce. Bevo wins a flag. We made a grand final. I'm not sure what happened to Horse, but I'm pretty sure they had a fair tilt at it. Fly second year. Like, there's all these second year bounce positions. Are they going to be in that position next year and the year after? Or is it going to go the other way and people are going to leave and they're going to reset? So that's the interesting bit of Melbourne. I'm not saying they're going to go either way. I've been part of both, one that's gone down and one that's gone up.
All righty, there's the news of the day, I'm sure, and then it now makes Nathan Buckley an absolute moral. Now,
he said he'd take the call, didn't he? when they call. He said, when they call me,
I'll
I will
put my
be.
hand up.
And yeah, so that's I'm on all the best. Feels like he's ready.
Yep.
And he's been 5 years out, and
You know what that means, don't you?
He's got the bug.
There's spots on the couch.
Yeah, well,
There's spots with more spots with Waitley.
well, don't make assumptions.
What about the Pavlich spot?
Yeah.
There's a bit going on, Simo. You've read the tea leaves
Well, it
beautifully.
feels
here.
like you've repositioned yourself all of a sudden as well.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for the call too.
Yeah.
I ran into the man
Might
who
be-
makes the calls wife on Saturday night and she gave me donuts. So
Right.
I don't think
yeah.
I'm in the mix.
So you're waiting for a different call?
Yeah, different.
The call that I got last year.
Hey, just on a quick
boy.
one. Confirm or deny, that you went to attend a function last night.
No, this is what happened. I'm going to get in front of you because this is... So McGovern has a couple of quiet beers after the game with Dom Sheed, and it's on the landing, level 1, and I think they always have their post-match, after-match, and the parents and the kids and the wives can all go to this area to have a drink before the players come up. So I thought I'd pop in. I've never been there. And I went in and they said, which family are you with? I said, I'm not with any family. And they said, well, who are you? Because it's a private event.
Who's asking these questions?
It's the West Coast staff. And I said,
She's dressed in a West Coast outfit?
Yeah. She and I said, oh look, I was here. I was coaching here last year, and then she sort of worked it out, and then it was pretty funny. Then I got denied entry, and it wasn't her fault. I've got a face you could forget. And so we got in there. Just I had to drop I did coach this team last year. She said, did you? And then I think the person next to us said, listen, you're good to go. We'll get you in. We move on quick, don't we, Goss?
There's the headline. Simpson snubbed.
It wasn't
coach.
snubbed, and it wasn't her fault. So, well, it sort of was, but it's not. I'm not worried about it. It's actually pretty funny.